what's been the vibe of the team since, obviously all the injuries and things of that nature?
Relaxing, honestly, in a strange way. This is a team that has 5 straight years played into June. Mm-hmm. This isn't like, the MLB playoffs, it's like a month long. It's just October, you get it done. With the NBA playoffs, is literally 2 months, mid-April to mid-June. So they've basically, in 5 years, added 10 months of basketball onto their slate. And it's been high-stress basketball, and it's been spotlight, media members everywhere. And I think really early in the season, there was still this idea that they could chase the playoffs before Steph got hurt. But once Steph got hurt, it wasn't good that Steph got hurt, but you could just kind of feel the organization kind of take a deep breath and go, you know what, we'll kind of take this year off in a sense, develop the young guys. The media contingent is really thinned out around them, and it's really become about player development. They're going to keep their pick, which they traded, which was top 20 protected, and they're probably going to get a top 5, top 6 pick to add back into this core, and their main guys kind of get a vacation, so I would say kind of relaxing.
Obviously, there's been a player out there that's been wanting to come back. He tweeted at he's commented on Warriors games the last couple weeks, Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that, and do you see them possibly fitting in with this Warriors team possibly?
Yeah, he's a former Warrior. He's a former about 8-team guy. It's strange because I think Jamal would fit better on a contender that kind of needs to add for the rest of the season, like a 39-year-old scorer that can maybe like boost their bench. The Warriors are, like I said, in kind of complete player development mode. So even if Jamal Crawford came in and helped them, number one, I'm not sure how many games the Warriors want to win as far as lottery odds go, and number two, they want to win with young guys because they want to have guys that will help them next season. Jamal's kind of obviously later in his career, so I'm not sure. Honestly, I thought he might have fit last year on the team, and I was surprised they maybe didn't take a look at him last year. But this year they don't really fit.
What are your thoughts about the from afar being an opposing media member of Luka Doncic and the combination of Porzingis this year?
Awesome, man. I watched that LeBron-Luka battle, and he went toe-to-toe with him. And, LeBron is very selective with, the credit he gives out, and, he was pretty much kind of glowing post-game about Luka, and to me that says a lot. If a guy like LeBron plays him, battles him, and then post-game is willing to come out and say how good he thinks he's going to be, that, I would agree. And I think they're still working out the kinks, Luka and Porzingis. How many months did Porzingis miss? 15?
19.
Yeah, 19 months off an ACL. It's kind of what the Warriors are kind of starting to deal with Klay Thompson, wondering if they want to get him back late in the year, to get a little bit of rhythm before the summer. I'm curious if Porzingis had come back. Remember late last year there was a chance he could have come back. Maybe if he got 10 games in, he'd be a little bit smoother earlier this season. But, it's a long process. I expect Porzingis to get back to a better level. And, they're maybe the most exciting young duo, I would say, in the league.
What do you think about Luka year 2, being that obviously, it seems like he's, he's grown up much over the summer, slimmed down, things of that nature.
Yeah, I think the body's the big thing. Steve Kerr mentioned in his pregame tonight, just you have a summer to almost kind of consume the league, start to think back on what did I learn, what do I need to do better going into the year. You have a better idea of what the 82-game grind really is, because last year Luka would have some really good games, but then maybe he would tire. Could you play 5 games in 8 nights and something? Maybe on that 5th game you're tired. This year he just seems a little bit more ready for that physically, and the mental game was already there. The way he just kind of sprays passes around, and he's going to be an all-star this year, and he's ascending towards really that top 10 range where you start to talk about him potentially in the MVP if they have a 50 wins.
I was going to say, you think it's going to play on MVP level?
We'll see. It's so early. It's tough to. I don't want to forecast that race yet. And the big thing is you're going to have to win games. I don't know if this Dallas team is going to win 50 games. They might. And the other thing is Giannis. Seems like keeps growing another level. What is he averaging? 34 and 10 right now. So that is going to be a tough ladder to climb. But I will say this: if you were going to ask if I think Luka Doncic will ever win an MVP, I'd say yes, and I think it'll probably be in the next 5 years.
Obviously, Vince said he was going to be. This is his last season. What are your thoughts about that?
42. I can't believe he's lasted this long. He early in his career, you thought he was kind of just like this highlight factory guy that once his athleticism waned, he would kind of flame out quick. But he hasn't. I think I saw something the other day where Trae Young's dad is younger than Vince Carter. They're on the same team. That's crazy. He's going to be good as an announcer. It's funny, the day Kevin Durant left the Thunder for the Warriors, and I was covering the Thunder at the time. I went on NBA TV. They were at Summer League, and Vince Carter was on the broadcast. He was like the analyst for the game, this Thunder Summer League game I was watching. He was asking me questions on the broadcast about Durant's departure, and he was really good at it. And I was like, man, I was thinking like your media career is starting, and here we are. Kevin Durant has already been on the Warriors, left the Warriors, and Vince Carter is still playing. But I think part of the reason he's playing in Atlanta is because TNT, Turner Studios, is down there. I think he's going to walk right into a really good media role.
Is this last question for me? Weird being an opposing media member and Dirk's not walking through the door as far as suiting up anyway.
Yeah, a little bit. Although it was such kind of a long walk this last few years. You felt it coming. It's not like you just pulled prime Dirk off the Mavericks. I've covered probably 2 or 3 games the last couple of years where Dirk just didn't play because of rest or an ankle injury. So again, it was, you already felt it last year. It was kind of Luka's team. I mean, it was cool to see Dirk go into Oracle last time and do all that, but maybe it'll be a little strange when I actually watch the game and he's not out there. But like I said, if you had taken me back 5 years and I was watching him in those Thunder Mavericks playoff series, it would feel a little bit weirder.
Just want to ask you one last one too. Is there, from your perspective, from the fans, has there been any backlash between the Oakland San Francisco move and just that whole dynamic?
Kind of. It's more like sadness. I mean, the Bay Area is pretty connected. I mean, the cities truly are connected by a bridge. So, like, it's not like vitriol being thrown back and forth. And, like, if you are an Oakland resident and you had the means to go to the Warriors game, you still can. I mean, it takes a little bit more time to get across the bridge. And to be truthful, I don't want to say that there's laughing from the East Bay fans, but there's a little bit like, hey, like, we had to deal with the bad Warriors. Enjoy yourselves dealing with the bad. This is how, we had to deal with it to get the good team. You got to deal with it to get the good team. And the fact that Chase Center's debut season is when they're probably going to win 20 games, be in the lottery, I do think that's eased the jealousy maybe from the East Bay fans because, it's not like they're missing one of the title runs.
What about as far as like this will be the last one, season tickets, how did it spike going from Oakland to San Francisco in regards to that?
Yeah, the season tickets didn't necessarily spike because they've been such a hot ticket for years. The wait list was more than double the capacity of the arena for season tickets. The only thing, it's just changed the prices on those tickets. It was Silicon Valley had already taken over Oracle. That's kind of maybe a misconception people have. They act like the Warriors have just left the kind of more blue collar fan base. They'd kind of been priced out the last 5-6 years as they'd gotten good. But Chase Center is taking that to another level. They got bunker suites. They got all these crazy stuff around the arena that's really kind of built more for the upper class. But you look on the secondary market right now, prices are tumbling a little bit because people like seeing good teams, and right now all these star makers, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they're not out there.